any politicians. Asemba kwa obeka o tekrema so no e chense kan. I want to tell you, do your politics well. Don't let politicians deceive you. Muhu ya se wo no wani agi achinji a yenko ntokwa o. Ye wi a ye frusra ko numti nam ne ye wi. Mu ana moko. Me catch them on Okwari. There are people here. Enne omuhumia omusi omutiase. Osafumafu o himfa enye MPP. Ni nuakuma AGYEMANG o NDC. Shelia Ite o NDC no a minister. Ni nuapeni Professor Ite o MPP. NDC lawyer Larry Ajeti.
Mutie oha extreme
Mr. Lajeti o MPP. Samuel Jinapo o himfa o MPP. Ni nuapeni John Jinapo o NDC. Mi amigina hai mi o MPP. Ni nuapeni Kamara o NDC. Ye fie ye dakom. Mona mbe dakom. Me matina me gina me catch them one me who opposition da o me party dia wa opposition but me kasa me ko opposition. Look omu na ti wono look me who opposition da me party MPP a opposition but me dia me ko opposition because NDC wo power me didi Kamara me ko no ma me score be ma me enne me wo part me wo power bibi hia na obe frɛ me ye kasa da na ma who opposition no enti mondwin my party and my content. That's the only thing.
Yanu me bibrime. Yenya kofa tu yesuo. Etu esibe mabo. Okunkunim kofa ejina ne so. Akwara padi kokwe hu ededa mana ekire no. Yeah. Adeshiamra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu kira wanwade esumu apai mo hre nya kwa pie awonwasem nie we die bi si pen Neat FM ya mamwa kwaba
I promise to be faithful and loyal to God and my mother. I pledge myself to the service of the Lord with all my strength and with all my heart. I promise to hold in my esteem our heritage won for us through the blood and soil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in obedience to uphold and defend the good name of God. So help me.
100.9
In my esteem, our heritage won for us through the blood and soil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in obedience to uphold and defend the good name of God. So help me.
Mutie oha extreme Woodie or extreme punk. Woodie or extreme punk.
Yamagana Fonina, Aquaba, and Ne Enumri, Edeba, Ayo Jumedia Yatuni Din said Torchlight, so we need 100.9. And ne Torchlight, and I said, Winimano, and ne Aye Megesta, Ote Ayo Jumedia, so Bekaya, a Benadan Midi Kankaim, say Yane Aye, the National Youth Organizer of the NDC, National Democratic Congress, Aye lawyer George Opariado, Ono, and Ayano Eba Bedin Common Enumri, Ewo Torchlight, so we need 100.9. Ebedi command comprehensively ebe gurem NDC ede na ekoso NDC mu the national politics yebehwe ayo man no sadia enomeko JDM so far ne samoka ye ne ehusema epiepie ye saranso ene yebehwe NDC womko neck meeting ede ena afiri mu aba na sen ena hoboa no nso eko ni nyina ne yenkomo a ene anwumere mene lawyer George Opare Ado Yeneno Eba Bedin Komo or ye the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Watana siane ono and ye the Torchlight ye de tono so. Bidi de Mac Jerry or say AGYEMANG na Jumedi the Torchlight. Pious Bedu Bansen. Watana say ono the time at Chone na umi obenewa. Saranson ena eye Dr. Faradix na or ye executive producer ɔno nso ɛbɔ me chidam kwasi aboagye the darling boy ɔno nso ɛyɛ me supervisor me general manager Kennedy Asante ɔsɛ me dam ase wo a wotie me baabi bia obi akɔ Facebook live a obehu sɛ dwumadie ne dem ɛyɛ neat 100.9 FM neat 100.9 FM ɛdem yopo wɔ hɔ baransa na no ma mentwa interview waiter ɛne sɛn ɛyɛ bishop ayensu ɔsɔfo panyin nsɛm a ɔde tu dwafa 11 ho a ɛnam so ma ɔka sɛ JDM kura no hwan na ɛbɛto aba ɛde ama no na ɔno na ba bɛka sɛ ɔba betwa 11 mu ɛnya de ɔba bɛyɛ president bi mu da ɛma no ka sɛ nsɛm wɔ yi a generate ɛyɛ argument no otum sɛ akɔsoro paa NDC fo binom so etwa bɔsɔfo yi paa ɛnam so ma yɛwura yami kura ka sɛ sɔfo no kro wi ametadi so sika 200,000 Ghana cedis sɛ no kura na nya no kura ndie minim ɛgye sɛ bi kura ka sɛ sɔfo no kura sɛ biem sɛ na dwum ka no ɛno no nso bi ni ho adanse but yankwa ama no so ne yɛ ne sɔfo a ɔno no ɛyɛ active politics ɔno no de ɔwɔ amanyokuo ɔsan ɛyɛ sɔfo na yɛfrɛ no yɛwura Christian Kwabena Andrews Ghana Union Movement ɔno ne sɔfo panyin a ɔdaa no na sɛnsɛm yi wayɛ sɔfo san yɛ amanyoni yɛmbisa no sɛdeɛ emu nsɛm teɛ papa yɛ mo adwo ɛde bɛ neat 100.9
me da sipi menu abema na me chia for
etie for jo so na bibia bɔkɔ deɛ
nyame adom bugu so hyira
yɛde nyankopɔn ase yɛbisa sɛ wo a wo deɛ woyɛ sɔfo wo da asɔre ano na wasan ayi wuyam sɛ wo bɛyɛ amanyɔsɛm actively ɛnyɛ sɛ wo yɛ ne kekeo wakɔ akɔte amanyokuo a wodi anim ɛne obi a ɔno deɛ yɛnhu sɛ ɔyɛ amanyɔni actively sɛ ɔdɔm amanyokuo bi na mmom otimi gyina ɛyɛ ne pulpit anaasɛ pampa so etimi kasa de tia ɛyɛ amanyokuo bi anaasɛ amanyɔni bi esusuna bɛ na ɛdɛm
me hu sɛ nia wasi ne bo no atiatim sɛ me boa ma ɔman no ɛkɔ so no ɛna ɔman hyehyɛ pato yie ɛwɔ adwene mu dɔ ne adwem pa ɛde boa ne man nipa bi a ɔno so bɛtena hyɛ baabi to aka sɛ aso me si ɛnya de so bia bɛto aba ma no deɛ baabi a ebi a no wɔnyini na ma no pɔs anaasɛ ebi a meka sɛ no na wɔhyɛ amanyokuo bi ataadeɛ wɔ n'akoma mu na mmom anikan so sɔfoɔ na ɛdura no nti saa meka
na ɔsɔfo yi sɛ ɔto aba kwasi aboagye ɛne ne di nkɔmmɔ ɛwɔ Ghana mu ntie so ɛyɛ ɛnano dwoada ama no de tu dwa sɛ ɔno no wɔ hɔ no to aba eti saa nso na ɛsɛ otemi kana dwen eti sɛ ɔto aba no ɔno so wɔ de ɔto ma no eti sɛ ɔhyɛ amanyokuo bi ataadeɛ wɔ n'akoma mu a ɛno no papa yɛbɛka ne sɛn
ɛno ne yɛka no sɛ to be nyɛ ɔbɛhyɛ ɛhyɛ ti abɔnten no bɛmi yɛhu si ebi a ɛnti so sɛ ɔnum a ebi ato ne nti no wɔn so nipa kora gye nyakopɔn nyame de onipa bi ato abokɔ asa na ma abɔnten asɛ de sɔfo na nso sei nanso onim sɛ the church members bi twa no ɛsɛ binom to wɔ NDC to wɔ MP ana bi wɔ other political party ada ne yɛmfa no kora adwuma na wontumi ho nsi wɔ sɛ bideɛ bi wɔ sei yɛdeɛ ma woka kyɛn sɛ obiara na wɔbɛto aba ma ne woka se a first of all Ghanafoɔ nyinaa bɛgye atom sɛ woyɛ toro wonya no kwafoɔ
saa
ɛfiri sɛ nnipa a ɔno akɔ abatoɔ ɛtumi nya percentage pa aboro 40 anka yɛde tɔ wasi wam ɛna bɛka sɛ sɛ obi ato aba ma na oye sɛbi ɔdam nipa bɛka sɛ mu obi ato aba ma sɛ kyɛ sɛ wobɛnya 0 yɛtie bi obi bɛto aba ma ne ma wɔka no sɛ bi a wontumi ma power deɛ ɛndeɛ fine na sɛ obi anto aba ma no deɛ ɛna binom kasa kwa ɛnyɛ ne sɛ ɛho bɛhia sɛ ɔbɛkasa nsɛm mu animu deɛ contrast nkasa saa ɛsɛ wotumi ba abɔnten kasa bi a yɛn nyinaa kasa yɛmfɛ ne nkabɔ na yɛmfɛ nyame bɛyɛ wobɛto ɔma wɔ na wobɛto ɔma wɔ wotase ɛberɛ a yɛbɛto wɔ yɛ no sɛ bɛka kyerɛ sɛ adc fɔ ma wɔ fd bɛba sɛ ɔbɛka a the prophecy by. And about me, I know the eye or more, I don't know more. It's no more free the Asabe, and the children don't person back. Did he come the kind of money home? Because the TBM, and I do power. And this is the moment view. And Boba when it, and I do back when it, I do Libya. That was you my power, but you better say. About me, I don't bet was for Emma. I said, but you know, Baba. You buy it, you. And I don't see a party share that in that percent ideas or the buyer. Every before putting food in that watching a book. Would be no team man, baby. What I say? If you are a customer, I do it, or shall we then, or shall we be? Get a command on what time. Get a call and would see over. And no, yeah, casting a phone. We could see no better, but not gonna for boom. When you phone a trolley call, only Ghana. If you know, the almost a man with the album more, and you know, troublesome. I will cast in a possible mother pound. On one cast, sorry. That's what happened before. That's it. You need a couple of person can be I'm a god. Yes, I'm the moon. A better idea. Which one, Papa? I'm not idea. It may not say, will be over for Ghana put on my phone. And you say, and I'll be sure to quiet. Everything is being with my boy Ghana. What I say? The good mamma for the mamma. If you say, one would can't have you, I'm you move my power yet. What I say? It's immediately no. Minimum 200 years. Send me back. Future as Ghana movement. Fabra. Because that is also when you are zero. And so, tell me that. Journalism, woman, was it mean one Korana, which had the journalism. As you don't talk there, it is not yet, and some number will be our activity. I won't be a person say, and some will be in the last book. Here too. You know that you can't say what your man will be.
Enam E. so ena Bishop Ayensu ede eye sesem ye de tudwa nyina ne se JD meka se oba obeyi ede afiri ho eti mame bi sem oka asem no so wie ye no kwanya amanyoku ofue wo mekoti a wo mo no kwanya wo mo fa so eso asem no mo no eno so bi nka se nyame nipa na ye keka asem se ye de fa no hwen.
Oh, if I talk, nyame nipa they all you have to condemn somebody. When you nyame nipa can so condemn will be totally. The party said I saw before. I be a young of Thomas. The power of a Thomas. What did he for the Thomas? Condemn the partner would have been cast to the about. Can leave the end of a problem. And one can know, okay, I thought I would know as an okay. Mamma, even if you want someone okay, I will be just so cancer to me. Mamma, say, or bar. So, what is the idea? One thing says, so taxing it probably breeder. How many papa with you? And now they see it my boy. I was here. Many of them are
Mark Jerry. Yeah.
I ain't should be said. Also, more I don't believe no more pay 6 billion US dollars and I'm one.
But Ghana cities afeno.
No. If I talk, almost by a budget, only 240 something billion US dollars. And you come there. But 6 billion Ghana cities. Cobra US dollars, right? Bumia. A quite good mistake. Simple. Yes, if you feel that more, if you feel that it be a garage, the garage. If you for the credit 200, no, they will mine. What I say, okay, I'm not 200, and no crime beer, and then America to do the feed the goods in the if I could move mine. What my friend? And that sits in it, and says no multiply by 4 and then 24. 24 and it might be. What that's going to be not 24. If you know. Or fact. No more, it was break. Mama, then you I did open a body, what did be a bro. Now, they're going to keep the eye quiet. They're going to be a little quiet. Now, what we have 200 US dollars to call it Papa Nevi. Now, the Ghana is and everything. It's immediate. They make kind of say, didn't any years. A quiet say a fast one, you beat my one more man, 2 corner. Yes, I found so. That's why we say to me, and my man, I was here for. The moment, a comic book, you want something. You will go to what I say. And then I can buy training for cafe. And a good review of that. I am here about my. But you will need to cool more pen. Then it you ɛna aba so nkɔfo kɔnkɔnkɔnyɛ man n'ani wonyɛ sika kɔnkɔnkɔtɔn mmɔfra no ɔmo di ho ma kotu yɛ ma kotu ekɔ akɔ akɔtɔn ɔfa nyɛ fi onyame afa ho bi ti ahyɛ wo yɛn ma se gold wɔ asase so ɔmpɛ gold ɛso kɔsi kɔ ne ebi ne hɔ no na ɔde ho ne gye kɔma no ɛna ɔdi mbeka a ɔbɛpa atɔ adi nti na kuti efiri ɛyi wɔkatanga ɛsoro hɔ ɛbɛbɛsi gold so ɛyi ha ɛpia no ma ebi ɛna ɔbɔ bi ɛsɛ ɛsɛ daban a wɔ sika na wɔn mbie wɔn nyansa adi na nka kɔ saa skill ma de na wɔn nyɛ very big na mo mo ti ɛtutu mo yɛ na ebi mpa asase a wɔpɛrɛ so no wɔdua so dua na ka eyi gold ɛfiri ɛdɛ mo sɛ ka eyi mpanyinfoɔ sɛ wɔn ba bɛ pass adeɛ ɛna ɛde abrɛ yɛ ma sɛ wɔn abɛsa ka yɛ ne akɛtɛ black wɔn fɛ didi yɛ to abɛbi a yɛ nankasa yɛ tua mpanyinfoɔ ka bɔ ahwɛ deputy minister ministers of state mp ghana mpanyinfoɔ yi ɛfɛn sɛ advisers wɔn obiara yɛ tua mo ka yɛ na yɛ ma ka de mu yɛ na yɛ ma mo ta de mu yɛ na yɛ tua military bill yɛ tua mo water bill mo kɔ so asa mo pension pay mo abɛ na mo de ba yɛ mo kɔ gye bosia ba na abɛgye yɛ kaa ɔyɛ adwuma ɛdeɛ wake up na ɛma gbɛni da wɔn yɛ ho sɛ ghana baabi ɛkɔ no na wɔn de school ɛne buku sɛm no ɛmɔ ɔmo adabɔfo nipa bi a ɔkɔ sua adeɛ biara na nya adeɛ a ɔbɛbu bi tu yapere yɛ ewu sua ne bi a meka sɛ nkɔfo a mafo ɛsɛ sɔfo nkata professors a wɔn kyerɛ university bɔ adeɛ ne aba ne fi ɔmo ka nti wɔn nso ho sɛ ɔkɔ aba bi tu ɔdan yɛ professor na aba yɛ tu ara san nso bɔba bi kyerɛ adeɛ mi yɛ tu ɔka ɛsan sɛ ɛnya adeɛ so bi ti bɛɛ bibi professor ti mi nyɛ makyi professor ti mi nyɛ mbɔ professor ti mi nyɛ debi a professor book professor ɛdeɛ ɛbɛbɛ yɛ ebi ɛkyɛ ne kusi.
Okay. Na
nnum a ebituma boa yɛ de akɛkɛ milia maame ka abasi mu bisa o last question sɛ wotwɛ sɛnke saa bi yɛ ti wo yɛsɛ ebi ɛde tvet ebi ne akyerɛkyerɛ nkwaraa ɛsɛ adwuma ne ada bi na mi sɛ ewi sɔkta yɛ mo mo tra sɛnka ɛnɛ ti bɛndɛs na wɔ ɔmo yɛ mu a ɔmo mu adwuma yɛ dada ɛne mesinfo no mu adwuma yɛ dada yɛn tra sɛ yɛbɛkyɛ nkwaraa mo ebi baako bi ampɛ nipa fɔ wɔn kyɛn n'adwuma within just 6 months nkwaraa nyɛ abɛn mu adwuma at the same time ɔkɔ field a ɔde ne kɔ akɔyɛ obi adwuma no ɔnaa no akwaraa nso bi nye sika atɔ bi n'adi na makɔfo aka school dɛm awusi sika akodo amika mɛ mo ɔhwɛ certificate wodu europe a wɔn pɛ nipa ɔmo fɔ no lɔya ɔbɛka kyerɛ busa ɔbɛka kyerɛ kɔsi mbɛ mi nhwɛ certificate egyina ho ne yɛ ma mi hwɛ otumi yɛ a woyɛ adwuma adan ne yɛ kyerɛ mma no ɔsa akɔ aso na yɛsɔ ɔda biara ɛne yɛ blackboard so na school a amfa ɛkɔ so a ɛsan bɛn yɛn kyerɛ nkɔla no adeɛ no bi deɛ physical training no nneɛma bi na ɛne ɛno ɛna ebɛtumi aboa yɛ na sɛ ebi waste your time ɛwɔ normal room.
na papa deɛ wokan na kyerɛ sɛ you support the idea sɛ sɛ aban bi ba na sɛ nye gum a aban ne ntwa E11 mo.
o papa onye mfiri wɔ mfa so bi yɛ no so ɛmoa yɛ ɛnyɛ fo sika na ɛbɛgye ɛsan sɛ wɔn mo a mo gye sika papa bi a yɛkɔkɔ yi sika firi bank na ɛyɛ no sɛ nye bank transfer check no asan check no kɔ yi sika firi bank mu a yɛgye yi rɛ bibi wɔ ho ɛyi sɛ transfer ɛna abɛgye yi na ɔno ɛnɛ ɔte mp opie ɔnte ɔsan check ama nkɔkɔ yi a ɔkɔkɔ yi firi bank ɛno ba no kurasi mi nso ni check ɛna ɔte ɛbɔ bi sika no kɔ ɛnsan check ɔ transfer yɛ kɔ yɛn sɛ no ebi a mo yɛ mbra de tia yi na na ɔbɛyɛ mbra de ma sɛ feed cap ɛba biara no wobɛtua se no ɛkɔ kakra pɔ mu nyɛ na ɔmo ntwɛn mu no ɛna ɔmo twɛn firi ana ɔkɔtɔ de bugɛ yɛnya kyerɛ deɛ ɔmfa no wɔnkɔ wotua se nti me deɛ me sɛ mpanyinfoɔ no ade pa a wobɛdwe ɔman no ho deɛ ɛnni ho ma yiafoɔ ɔmo yɛ mbra no ɛde bɔ ɔmo ho ban ɔmo yɛ mbra no ɛdidi mmɛn ɔmo yɛ mbra no sɛ bɛyɛ ɔmo bɛtumi akɔ ɔmo anim na mmom yɛaseɛfoɔ no deɛ obiara ne hɔ ɔka ho nipa egu hɔ nom a ɔmo brɛ nkwaraa kitikiti na ano bi yɛ sika yɛ sɛ fɛn wɔyɛ omi ɛna wɔn nam hɔ bi kɔ kɔtɛ bank wagye sika wadi wɔn nam hɔ wɔsi kɔra ekoyi ekobie ɛdi su wɔn nam hɔ na deɛ pɛn bisa 5% dum bank ankɔfo yi baa yɛ bi wɔ so ma bɛku ni apolisifoɔ government wɔte bebree pension pay kɔfa hɔ ɛsan na bank de bi gu ebi ti mu ɔmo sankan ɔdu bi ɔmo yɛ amampanyinfo akɔbi nipa the kind kene ka sɛ pension pay deɛ ɛyɛ aban no ɛdi ka ɛsɛ otu bia ɛti ɛsɛ sɛ obi biara sika kofa wa na pension pay ana wo pensioner then sika ta ho omra magina ana ne fa ye ja mo mom na be na mo mo we enyamisu nyambe de islam no me na no nyesa sure mu kama kuma
Osa. Papa wo kan bibi se guma madia ene na nka JD momra. Na na nado efiri ho a obi anu obedi nachi.
o David
Etimi ababe. Ade na uka na sa na prophecy na emiri bi Nyankopon de ma wo no sese no ama dane ana.
ona se medical kan was machiro se no matani na na do embi for years ago na be be titi bu se ye nyame kan so be no anya
Baba ma meti ase o. Prophecy de enim se Nyankopon de one de wo hye wo na yam kura no na onimu tirinua no. Na ansa na sa prophecy ne beba no na nyame nim se bi adaache bi mu no sei ene ebeye ene ma ne ko ba asa.
Nyankopon no nim se so be di hwabo e no de kusi ene se nyame nim se so be di hwabo edu ba so be di hwabo ti free so se me tu se me fa de eni ma de bi edu ba bi ne nyame e bi di mawa o hwe se dipa ne su dipa eni die ne akono ne niema ne wiase afefe de e bi ti ma bu nyame kwan so na ma ye nyame ti mu kwa o de ma ambem e bi ana so wa je pa na me ka se I do 99% positive ideas of whatever. Now only thing is no African number. And even in about what I say, media, there be a couple for them for a bone the football because a bigger kind of swamp. I can't say, what should we go here? Where will be a then Ukraina, or Kakrana, a be a umbwa, of it a set of friendly people. Why be in the Savoka? If you have been put this will be called for council, a bit quite or more than Makwami already. Eti media ebi ame kase tudo na nkasa to form no eye wona na do enyi won one visit one da minister okotutu ewa henefa edi no rupi obi anka no we sika ekoi ene sinfia faso ene ye na ayi ni papa ene ka nye concern financial law to the state ene ka no ene no
Na obi nso eka se wo make sa statement se gum made ene nanka eye mahama mra na obi nso ekoka se mahama de enya de a Ghana fo kora beto aba ama ne biem ama na sa aba bedi yeso a eno no wo se wanka ne yie na wo de ne de eno de waka ne yie
na se me de me kire na se wo ya ba bidi de hunu so de hunu hwe ena man ka je so on binya 0 ana on binya 3 ana 2 me de me say the way I'm at with bra. The Ghana for the big side, they say, but to my way, and then we do say, the Ghana for and too many beam that. Ghana for it, but in Ghana for the bottom. I'm just making a suggestion. They say, boom, and demand my brother, and come on, my brother.
Let's just say, one who and the pa, a woman hammer moon, a chain, a yet this current government.
Oh, Nana, do dear. I can't Nepal national. Or no, I can't tell our two kusa, I'm a point of answer. Enti no se se no de agiegu enti je agiegu nti na make kan sa se so no ne ti no kode a obi ani ba omi ana se ayi alajaba biga factory ko we dimam da mango na edi na bit my bi ba omi ana asema na within 18 months of MPP regime every village will get a bubble and now we are to here, and we are going to open the airport for people. Almost to another to put one or two airport to people. And yeah, just take it to my ear, Juma, if we say a people a Tampa, people are crap. And this year, it could be airport to people. Look at all this. Look at this, a bit of fooling you.
All right. Now, Mammy Bissawo say, which a bishop Yasami or Kawi ye. Ene ensem a aya manyoko for the titiriu ndc fo yi bi ekafa no ho a say okowie sika according to Yamin say 200,000 bi no me ya de sensem no a ye kafa no ho no papa
minister obi a adipie ni na so de menka enfegu no fi eno na de bia na meka se emre bia yi bi ho no bi bia na ha dwen kaka obi aka bibi afa ho na unim say ade no enye no pre ye beka to so I am not touching said, what you could report to accept within just a week and see it to be Nakabwa. As we didn't say, we had a court, Mamu and Kasa is court. The court today to be defeated to cry down. One of them, and so can be the a customer to the punishment. See, thank I am branch what I was saying. Obieko, Pambia so kata. The moment, so Kasa, it's jelly peppy. This is the plant and was could do court. A biomara say, the woman as a court the lady. And Kazapwa. And can make a baby channel media. So we better social media. No, better transfer, no, can't be PBR. Suppose someone counselor. When you are that, or could it be so? Or yes, and the cry friend called talk with our team, but what happened away? Not to baby. The winner can tell you, we start as a court to see it with the say, that case now. With that one, and immediately, will be at the call. Ama at the papi. That's what they are from court to movie. The court to 7 years, they are framework of him say, baby, it is in fear to influence the announced from Nabo Court. It is a bit American. Wakama coming to not to baby.
And then you marry also for Chavosom. Yeah, that's say, so with your income.
The Masipa, Yamu Kaka. It's more fun now, so more for Masubi.
Papa, Nasa, one a woman, oh my, yadi, baby, up no. It's my list of panel members. Even me producer say women's organizer, wa friend na say ayomra no so bet na mubi. Na yendi nkomo enso. Iti ya de be yapono. Iti arrange wo mo.
And then would be Panama na Mesoya do papa men so.
Mate.
My also a man name should be kata.
Mate. Mate. Yeso ye da se pa ene nwumre. Yakobo Ishra. Good. Yane eye odifo Kwabena Christian Kwabena Andrews ono no oye leader founder the Ghana Union Movement e twani chafreni gum ono ne yete nka ene nwumre ebo eye lead 100.9 titulu fa Bishop Ayensu eye densema okoka ye eho no so aye sofo ya amanyoni sen ene osi hu asamene fa mene wo kasa ide eye ade a eye lawyer George Opare Ado. Oye, the National Youth Organizer, the ma NDC. Ene, ono no me guest. Ewo jumedi so na debia menini shia pe. Na makai eye 21st May 2009. Ewo kofodia. Ebra na eye yewra ofusu ampofo. Na o launche eye Eastern Region eye MMDCs. Sabrina George Parado. Na oye the youngest DC ewo Ghana. George. Madwene te sen.
Yeah, no, I'm not to say.
Yami adombo ko metu ka chu.
I shame cronim na ede. Nyame de oye ne de.
Isa.
Part of that. That the idea.
I did. Oh.
Yeah, beyond it. Yeah, you know, I done magic. Last week Saturday, me first someone can say about. Impact kwan to. Da me gina ya me to man. We do akwan. Also yeah do.
Oh. Adult stretch no.
I mean, son.
Abasa is seasonal. Sa tomatoes there. Tomatoes there. So what do you susu dia? No, say it's seasonal. I thought it be to me banana no so ebuso. Eno so eh.
Yes, sir. Seasonal. Ne, when you transport first.
Oh yes.
Yeah, man. So.
Oh, when the end will be I am best no
you know what it simply means is that not just the sea. Because transport first cost run, prices cost run. Every food product. Because they the markets, they the neighbor. The car neighbor transport, the Babylon destination. That's an impact. The entire fuel prices, why do Ghana? No? Taxes, no. For instance, Esla, the Siawa up to 2035.
The collateralizer, no.
Exactly, the Siawa, until 2035. You know, she knew about between Ayafa because of the Aquaco Bobos. He said, Menu say, Meno can say, petrol prices are dropping on market. Prices number. But when you carry not depreciated level, be a buffer and cram and no, yeah, a buying policies are, or she said, year, and then Meno has $1 is 7 points.
Yeah.
So now me fear by $1 is 4 points. It's you know the petrol.
But it means which the rate at which an dollar na ekosoro. And they say 7 once stabilize or crown. It's and your policies be abandoning your BB. It's a because which you would also admit say the frequent at which an ekosoro no. Your Jan is a cabana getting
unim reserves are here on the go. They've pumped in over 1 billion. Now Emirates could do 8 cities. Almost the bare $1 billion as Samba Beship. What's the economics are still that $1 billion on the Ashimono. I mean, who's going to assign the Gumubimuno just to stabilize it. Yabe a Bank of Ghana and their finances are deficit. Yeah, kind of one know your best. That's just here. See, then you buy policy. The currency depreciating. Now, time or reserves. Now they be good now the short near policy there. A lazy man's approach. Stabilizing the economy, stabilizing the currency. You see, that $1 billion now, what they are about to go.
Yeah, all media be
a run if a few more means that the currency will fall again. So every year, and as our $1 billion now, they're going. What it simply means is a capital flight. So there around March.
Yeah.
Audited accounts, the way are. All the foreign companies, they move your musica out to their various countries. It's because at that time, no, almost transfers Canada, they transfer dollar. So you have few dollars in the market. And there are a lot of cities chasing the dollar. And the causes are currency depreciation. It's, say, and no Korea. It's $1 billion on the big woman. I can tell you, say, as it stands now, because importers are not importing. Importers, let's start here importing around October, November for Christmas.
And only a peak level. They are important, but one more.
They are not important now. They say they are only keeping up. But there was season and
yeah.
When that season starts, November, December, what is the season now? Pressure Besaba carries. If we are not careful, by December, near to be 8.5. The other aspect too is that it almost saying Pompiske Gumu deficit. And the Bank of Ghana financing the currency. Just to recruit women now. Then in 2023, when the multinationals say, no more repatriate your own profits now, our currency will suffer again. And you know why? I'm not you good Ghanaian banks, you good Ghanaian businesses. I feel say, you're punishing crop. But then almost all our local banks, you need local bank here Ghana need DBM. Republic Bank here Ghana for DBM, which used to be HFC, and DBM. Home Finance, they say First National for their South Africans.
Fidelity, Fidelity again.
Home Finance, you can afford the ABM. You can say Prudential and Fidelity are the only two local banks. What is that? So you see, when you are developing an economy, now the financial aspect of the economy in the hands of foreigners suffer. All our telcos, many workers say, Ghana and the Accra, Teltigo. I buy a dunk, almost body don't come your mobile beton. I'm sure you know that.
I buy beton.
Oh,
I buy a ton of $1.
And I may say, oh, Peubia
beton. I buy into me operate.
Well, I don't know if I buy between operating there. The economy them went to operate. Not a year 30 go to between operate. So we've put ourselves in effect. As at 2016, I'm running NDC AFIA by the local economy and economy about 30, 37.
Yeah, okay.
And then work in Ghana. The economy. Because in Ghana, mining sector, Ghana for saying a woman, telecom, Ghana for saying a woman. As I speak to you, appreciate it to less than 20. 5 years after Kufuor took. This is the same man in 2008. Okay, big, believe in Ghana. Okay, and Kufuor, he never saw the day when you're president now for Mbabe implement. This same man, and then the Ghanaian economy has shrunk to the extent that Ghanaian control in the local economy less than 20. You know, yeah, Bobra, ama hoho.
So are you suggesting say about the policies in favor of the ordinary citizen and I say young Ghana for now a bit to me a be new is that what you are suggesting, Anna?
About policy, about way anti-Ghanaian business.
Anti-Ghanaian business.
Of course, yes. About way anti-Ghanaian business. Now you big kind power.
How?
This is the government that chasing Ghanaian businesses in Obia. A Google at Funjumas in Obia. We all agree that the banking sector reform should. And there were better ways. How England, banking sector reforms. We saw how America, after Lehman Brothers, called bust. We saw how they reformed their banks. And we've seen now even Nigeria, when Citibank and Co wanted to buy Nigerian banks, how the Nigerian government resisted that 1 ton armor foreigners, so that local people. So, everything. We are Ghanaian businessman. It is the worst time to be a Ghanaian businessman. Unfortunately, the businessmen are afraid to speak.
But what you buying policy? One district, one factory. And no, a Ghana for Numa, na a beer pape. And a bang, I want the policy, one district, one factory. One more day, a yesika, a koshishi mua, assign a revampo a year in human be. It is a worker say Abane is against Ghanaian businesses.
Do yourself a favor. Now, media team, no, call out, share the true states, that one district,
one factory.
Get an understanding. 60 to 70% of the beneficiaries are known NPP apparatus. And they are more. Go and look at how those companies are being managed. And go and look at the state. Now there's a NIPA say NHMI employee. And then I will sit here and mention names of pharmaceutical companies. NDC time, your mom musica produce or more show no more expanding on business. You have to know one district, one factory.
Essentially, you'll be under the policy and you'll be under the way of running.
So, and you see, then NDC supported companies like NS Chemist to Binko and Koa. We didn't ask for party affiliation. But companies now, one district, one factory, so called Akomo. And go and find out from the managers of those companies there, a bank contribution is saying, and a woman. This government is notorious for names. They are the DNA to be so. No man the fanciful names. No abeka slangs be brave. But in reality, zero. The unemployment rate in this country, and the number of factories are buying so creating. Why is unemployment higher today than in 2016? Buy also the planting for food and jobs. Why is there a shortage of food on the market? To the extent that even cassava, gari, and they import it. Buy also a planting for food and jobs.
You import gari free. Oh, sir?
Yes.
You watch Chinese gari.
That is on social media.
Chinese gari.
Unicro. Me no can say. I buy also a planting for food and jobs. If they importing maize, 2 years in a row, you're importing maize at the top up, you will even beans, they importing. For sure, the importation of rice. Under President John Dramani Mahama, the policy bar say rice companies are not importing rice with brain. You momu quota. Established rice mills here. Under John Mahama, a lot of rice mills were established by companies that are not yet establish rice mills here, and then say, import 100 million worth of rice. Import say 60 million. 40 million, no. And so these were policies that were targeted supporting local enterprises. I'm a man of fanciful names. Because governments are elected to solve the problems of the people. They say, Abaya also the planting for food and jobs. What is the state of the food market today in Ghana? Look at inflation today, 23%. And then because those of us who understand economics near Chelsea and economics, practical economics. When you talk about practical economics, when people before billboards, no more signpost, land by hey, me field near cost no. Obviously, Alan, practical economics, now but I'm theoretical economics. Yeah. No economic policy, man, Jerry, and it taking effect over 1 year. Now, person who said the policies, Juma, assess it after 2 years. You know why? Because economic policies do not change overnight. Sometimes there are shocks in the market. For instance, what's it hey? Nitefe will be able to TNN because Jerry never be. Out of the blue, now listenership has started at
yeah.
Management, I assessment. Don't you, Jerry, on Bonnie Home, but then they announced a big name in media. Say Obabe show no. That evening, because of that big name, no. Maybe I need to tuning in. Baby,
that time, yeah.
I don't see you and they get disappointed. Subsequent shows a bad day. That is how economic policies. You know, with the announcement of a name, ABSA, Bob McJerry as new finance minister. ABR in the space, no, you are well respected. So the market responds positively. Aroba, after within 2 months, 3 months, no who Bob no who share no muzo, okredin kekele down, so the Jumana Casa Wabon, then I can for out bon your day, my unity, then clearly the market begins to dip. But imagine, say, what the policy about for economy.
Yeah.
The policy will only take effect after a whole economic cycle. Policy, no. So when this government came, now inflation was 16%. But between 2013 now, President Mama, I said the economy is challenging. We're going to work to reverse it. Inflation started coming down. By now inflation, they do 14%.
Yeah, a drop here.
And on being inherited here, it was seen a downward trend.
But then, subsequently, 2017.
So 2017.
Yeah.
What month did the MPP pass its budget?
Now somewhere March. Oh. 2017.
They read their budget in April, January, February, April. Ministers were approved in March. They read their budget in April. The budget went through parliamentary processes in the around May, and the budget is approved here. So he thinks that in 6 months, your policy could have had an effect on the BBC McJerry. You think it's possible? So in 2017, policies are under two, your homegrown policies. And mind you, in 2017, we're still under the IMF program. The policies are under 2 years in 2017, and the IMF program was extended to 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
So all our economic indicators, and because under 2 you're in program, this or no.
And you think about 2017 indicators in looking good.
Guys, 2017, 2018, 2019. The indicators were good not because of any policies they, because of what they came to meet. And almost twice. So when they moved away from the IMF program, what happened? In 2019, the indicators started falling.
Yeah, that one is correct.
That is the truth. So you see, Omayan Kanokre and Share was there. A Kufado has no magic one. But Omia has no magic one. And you're born on my bone. Don't be 2 years after Tekwe di job, and I'll tell you for free. Some of us had our issues with Setekwe when he was our finance minister. But comparing Setekwe today to Ken Oforiatta, he's the best finance minister. The policy Setekwe brought. But in 2017, don't confirm Mackenzie for by NPP. Mackenzie for never draw your budget. What did they tell them? They picked the 2016 budget of John Mahama. That interim budget now. They didn't react 20 because it was all con, and they didn't react to March. They picked the same budget and reproduced it. Mackenzie for by it. I was there. Why can't you work with this? It's almost. Why can't you work with this document? You see, John Mahama policies, for instance, energy. I've heard that MPP make very useless arguments. Say, I'm not best survey doing so. McJerry, as a journalist, in October 2016, not doing so Ghana.
October 2016.
Not doing so Ghana.
Yeah, not a war, but the frequent, no form.
In October 2016, there was
even
no
as a January 2017. Don't see any idea. Miss Adiwe no answer debate with unless they say the frequentness wanting.
McJerry.
Yeah.
As at October.
As at
October.
Yeah.
You see,
then Kokra.
And they do so Honumana. And they do so Honum.
And then who do so, but the plant maintenance now,
but people have slept in light off 2 days, 3 days. As it happened, would you call that doom so? As at October 2017, now America about on board. Now car power about on board. All the 2 ships about on board. Now you increase generation capacity to the extent that we didn't have any shortfall in generation. Between 20 under the Fourth Republic, President Rawlings in your doom so.
Yeah.
All corner NOC T3. President Kufuor Ebenya doom so. President Kufuor did not add even 1 megawatt. That 220 maybe a mining companies in the building on way. President Kufuor did not build anything. No, if private people.
President
Kufuor solicited the funding for we. He didn't build we.
But it tells you. Across the more retrofitting. Yeah.
The amount of megawatts are President Kufuor at the count. I'm talking about megawatts. All free power, not for 1 megawatt.
What person was starting, baby?
We started under John Evans at Mills. We N1. President Kufuor is credited for raising the funds. But we started under John Evans at Mills. So at the time of President Kufuor, now the megawatts are Rawlings Dijano, and one and the they be Mekao. Now the about Mekao, just about 200, named to area about mines, nearly about 30, very small, and a mines in the other town, the mining companies. No. So clearly, the country was growing, and between 2001, 2009, what time Okwedo and in America here, saw rapid development in the private sector. Housing markets, they booming here. But it was not being corresponded. Now there was no corresponding increase in generation capacity of electricity. So when demand exceeds supply, what happens?
So when a deficit, shortfall.
So President Mills inherited doom so. Between President Mills and President Mahama, they undertook an aggressive building of capacity so that it makes me excess capacity for future. And then what can say before they say you excess. And then
excess
it's not true. The figures they put out, the last real figures somebody by, it was less than 1 billion. Meanwhile, they had gone to lie. It's not true. The other issue too is this. And then at peak capacity, the world standards requires also was 660 megawatts. 660. At the time, I know fear by Muno. I was close to about 800 megawatts at peak. With the new demands, and then at peak, there were only 330 megawatts. Find out from there. Incident, I mean, Pengu, if any of our major plants goes off, we'll return back to Doomso. Because after 5 years, I'm for 1 megawatt.
But I'm not megawatts and you excess.
Any excess is here. At peak, the standard is that around the world, they say it was almost 660 extra. You know what that 660 in AMR? Just in case ABR, there is a problem.
Yeah. Then you can rely
on it. As it stands now, at peak, our reserves is only 330. So we don't even meet the international standards. Meanwhile, look at the number of buildings at Ekoso. Look at how society is developing and the need, even almost rural electrification. Almost not Kenya and no in Upper Kenya. If all these people come onto the national grid, this 330 will suffer. Because it's at peak, the only reserve we have is 330. You see, if there is any major fault on Ameri, if there is any major fault on car power, if there is any major fault in Akosombo, or even Bui, or even T3, and now a year for the year, you send it to Sede year. Send power. We'll all go off. We'll have to return back to do. So that argument of excess capacity needs to die. But this is what John Mahama did for them. So it took time. But when they came, and John Mahama said it in his 2016 State of the Nation address, he said the economy was ready for takeoff. Because, one, we are stabilized. And mind you, in 2016, President Mahama Sankar said he was not going to borrow from the central bank.
Zero
central bank financing.
Yeah.
That is the only time in this history of this country. Go back in a popular statement say, The uncle cars also you join for no.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in Tanzania. I don't be saying say. President. In an election year, I didn't know I'm overspending my budget. And also, in his first year as president, he has seen more demonstrations because, mind you, NDC time a year single spine implementation.
So on my pen that go for free, so no.
Single time. So we saw agitations on the labor front because as the police for pay cost that's what for so there was a lot of agitation. As some more kind journalists for and then before train and see but then say I've seen so much agitation say I am a dead goat today and I am assuring the people of Ghana say in the election year no amount of demonstrations and the baby me overspending budget. So when Akufo-Addo came he was lucky because in an election year anka obia disika ewura elections to re-win, you know, John Mahama yes sir. So there was stability in the economy and obey inherited. Mind you, Obesan inherited in almost all the accounts. Infrastructure fund obe 2 ska womu. Thinking fund obe 2 ska womu. Heritage fund obe 2 ska womu. Apart from that, John Mahama and the Atamios obu benya 1 oil well. Jubilee.
Yeah.
And the year Juma. John Mahama aircon oje Akufo-Addo Sankofa. No 10 fields, including Jubilee Field. 3 oil fields.
3 oil fields.
Nobody.
2 additional.
2 additional. Nobody has gotten revenue under the 4th Republican Constitution. What is the state of Ghana today? At the time, now we were servicing near the 10 billion servicing debt every year annually. Nearly 60 billion.
But you were not paying contractors.
It is not true. It is not true.
Not contractors, you know. Challenge you, set the American because Sabrino contractors are not a year human so na wamusika enye de na enkontina kwakwa say be sikano enkono nomine ade ni contracts and so na abina say a lot of contracts.
It is one of intruding contemporary buying which buying we buy.
Yeah.
Obe freezing all contracts me wa.
And
also all your audits.
All your audits, yeah.
Did he find anyone guilty?
For now, a report no you access it to
after 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, say na ya inflating contracts. Today, same classroom blocks. About 2017, awarding twice how much we are awarding. The argument saying into contractors it is not true. It's neither here nor there. You know why? Contractors work and raise certificates. Contractor no which I can say under John Mahama. And the certificates were raising more than 2 or 3 certificates. Now you into at every point in time. Because your revenue, at every point in time, 1 or 2 certificates will be in arrest. It is the same today. And it is nothing new. So you ensure contractors come by contractors and over to your money. But you ensure contractors you saw more infrastructure development under John Mahama than under Abayinwe. All the major infrastructure you see, focus interchange. John Mahama project too. And I'm
one say no the weekly say a new project.
You know why?
Because you compare the say Obi and a Erezi fan breed dam. 80 President Kufuor.
Jerry, man, can say they say President Kufuor did not add a single megawatt when he was leaving power.
No was starting initiative when 400 megawatts.
When he was leaving power.
Sabrina so na koso dam. Turbines where some of them were not working. It's capacity I say yenya no. Na yenya retrofitting exercise called so and also
they say Akosombo had stored capacity. My argument is that at the time of President Kufuor, not 1 single megawatt of electricity was generated under his government from his source.
Yeah, that is fact.
Yes.
But you should also state that was start to be. But
you know, sir, we in its proper sense, rightly so, we should not have been. You know the problems are Akosombo. And because of Emra Kwame Nkrumah proposing we dam, no, backgrade dam.
But then you move on from there. Now, coming back to Pokuase Interchange, and now we can say a John Mahama project.
Pokuase, the John Mahama project. Think text flyover, John Mahama. motorway expansion project. A part of the port expansion project. Then John Mahama. Show me one major project. I'll be credited. I'll tell you how much they have borrowed. We can do a fair assessment.
Tamale flyover. Expansion of senior high schools. Buildings are CC of various senior high schools because free SHS they realize a position challenge. It's one of the major projects. Rolling of free SHS are
when we block completed e-blocks. Who will be there?
Because I live in man.
You know, look at the e-block. Let me leave it there. You will be aware that I'm mentioning it. But look at the e-blocks. Look at KJTR market. Look at KJ. Oh, the any project be look at KJ. Look at the Ridge Expansion Project, Ridge Hospital. Look at the Bank Hospital. Look at the University of Ghana Hospital, East Hospital, the Dodoa Hospital, the many hospitals across, even a police hospital.
Some of them see a Eurojet, don't forget, and also on my pen that I could find that. Some of them.
You see, this Euroject argument, I've heard it several times. What did Kufuor do about Euroject? Let's debate it. So if I go and start talking, that I want to do this, then maybe proposing. The time President Kufuor called, not even a contract had been signed. Not even the funding had been sold. Yes, he did mention it. That they want to do the Euroject project. And what next? What actions were taken? Nothing.
What's it? Now funds?
No. There are no fund source for Euroject. You can double check. And then planting for food and jobs. I'm buying John Mama and 200 million Canadian dollars. The Ministry of Agriculture for the same project. What did they come and do? Just change their name. Is that not what happened? That is what happened. I'm buying that Canadian government. I'm buying $200 million. And that's what they did. And on best side, they say planting for food. Canada Food can sign. I'm escape your mind. So there are things this government has done. Okay? So you can say but my economics is very simple. Me and Sebi or take chrome. Okay, economy as a man. About so no be more. Economy is cash and about.
Yeah.
2016.
And you can say Dr. Baumia catch and the presentation that was
2016. Be na you man about so man. So 100 Ghana cedis. Kudreman near my son of ne 2022. 100 Ghana cedis. Kudreman, Jeven of the best. That is how my mother did. Today, worst time to be a Ghana. And the argument is, COVID. Now, Côte d'Ivoire inflation, 4 point something. Even Nigeria. They have fire and start regime. But Burkina Faso who could. Look at their inflation. Togo, inflation rate here. Depreciation of currency. Are we not on the same stretch? COVID.
It's a Ghana. COVID that hitting
and I maybe that's it. COVID na hitting Ghana in Côte d'Ivoire now. Maybe so. I hate saying in Côte d'Ivoire.
Unless I get the data no go from there because Ghana economy grow almost negative.
Negative. Unim the entire bad management. COVID in Kwama over 60 billion Ghana. COVID revenue in Yai. They try no. 60 billion.
In Nibia Yatoya, no
I'm far audited report. Number yes argument way. COVID in Kwama over 60 billion. 60 billion is enough to transform any economy. COVID in Kwama. Guy, it Ghana. World Bank in Kwama, you almost 1 billion. IMF almost
135 million.
Ghana African Development Bank. 200 plus. Thinking Fund. Heritage Fund. France say need you on 2D. I'm buying a Exim Bank, a CEO. You set up Exim Bank. Infrastructure funds, you can't just in there. Dachi echi masika heritage all you understand. Dachi madiom so ma be nyaka so ye papa no mo bo bra we no mdi jan Akufo Addo edini na. So that private sector donations buy. COVID, Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Mali. Yeah, what's up region? Main far I'm not phone count. Why is the economy doing so bad? Yes, I'm not. I didn't see.
Yeah, managing.
So that is the issue. Bad managers of the economy. They are managing the year. They find the opportunity here to be bokro. They course one can you feeding crop for. They say your children near the bill. And look how MPP appointees and no more managing COVID fund. They say no my brother society. And no more Tigana Hanomo. They became millionaires.
I don't know who's on my brothers.
Na no more Tigana. I wouldn't be in any. All of a sudden, they didn't quit his son. Who's that brother?
Maybe I do a deal to when we
deal to no. We saw how they've stolen COVID funds to the extent that our minister is not an irresponsible minister. So, but now catch and say a drug, a vaccine, God need to agree say and turn more than 10. Look at the reasons he gave. They exploited you and I. That test, rapid test, antigen test. It is less than $2. Less than $2. Less than $2. I go for First Atlantic Bank. I go find a lot for Nigerian company. But
we're told, say the kind of machines are normal used.
Antigen test. Yeah, the far human near the goods you only get. I yet turn Walmart in the machine made on the test. 5 minutes now, you strip in your share, plus, oh, you're positive, we are negative. We're paying $150. Until say, who did down on about $50, man. Whilst foreigners were paying $150. That's the kind of accountable. It's a crewman on their tone PDS for PDS now, bomb and okra. You can't deal from PDS. Because collateral now. Revenue no generators are revenue anyway.
It's not just a winning as in case and this about Belmoa, sense of when you're moving.
You'll be the Attorney General where you might be brutal.
Oh, sir.
Because the Ghanaian people will not be patient. And if not for anything, the NDC put number 12 by Ama, this NPP administration must go. So that you bet me a boa contact. They who may be in Sikafa. And one name. But the Monfan is a moon paying this simple. Any other government apart from the NPP, so that we can account to the people of this country. Because you see, that it's a crime and expire. So much, almost say by Muna, I almost say, and then to me, that day of reckoning will come. And then they are in 2025. There will be a new NDC administration that will administer the affairs of this.
Let me take your take. My main fact was thoughts. About introduction of the E-level economy. You free one after medicine the about down. Yanni George Oparado, lawyer George Oparado, is the national youth organizer, the National Democratic Congress (NDC). On the name you Yanni didn't come out Torchlight, so it would need 100.9. Now. E-levy take it off. And the dates 12. So after 12 days, E-levy take it off on the Senate amount.
But I led a demonstration against E-levy.
Yeah.
And I'm running a demonstration today. I've seen celebrities and co are one of them. And what do I say? It serves all of us right. Because you see, I'm running a starting advocacy. We called on all Ghanaians. At the end of Bobano, Jerry, E-levy, and your chrono.
I'm a kind of chronometer.
Jerry, what's the hey, Bosumi, your Chiaoka?
Yeah.
But a Dixon, I don't know, Magic crash with to my friend, Ebra, comfort. Your Chiaoka.
Yeah.
Our juicy cash over to baking crying. By Father Dixon from Sika, my fan coban. Our Jody and Esho Botum. Our producer, T. Because you need the fan to e wallet so. Tax also no Father Dixon at Tama. And then they to you wallet so. Now they tell us you ne mame etifie. Ne mame encouragement, no waje kakra or mane ne mame 200 cedis. I buy them at 1 point. Once that money gets to him and a capital, then tax capital. Tax capital, I adjuma in your profit. And just tax our profit. After a service has ended. You don't need to know what's it. Ono J 10,000, also J 10,000. Oh dear show bottom. Oh dear, who you there's all the third year won't you have also. Ono you the dear say or the third year. Now must say yanko cashless. I ye sika in fee economy ni mu. No decide say oh ye ni sika. I want e-wallet so until the third year. What's what no? Chrono. Immediately you start taxing capital. Let me give you an example. Oh yeah, my supplier. Oh, micro in Chenya. Now, Obreme Banchi. The capital I'm did guy 10,000 Ghana. The farmer must not because the test can say the bound robbers with me. Capital here 10,000. Me now fendi.
Okay.
My money 10,000 abro. My money 10,000 no. My Jimmy 1.75. What's how much Jimmy 1.75? The capital here 10,000. Capital every. Because me subtract 1.75 no from 10,000. Wow. Once that happens, my capital has reduced. The partner is kind of good in channel. On also J. On also can say oh transfer is kind of move here. On also bet you 1.7 a 1.5.
Yeah.
Next time, or the bank never done between year. Now me sign a transfer. Me transfer 10,000 because there's 10,000 less 1 point. So me sign transfer, so 10,000 less 1.5 now. Amount na me nyano, me sign transfer, I transfer it less 1 point. After 10 transfers, capital would have reduced. But after 10 transfers, I would have paid almost 15%. Capital.
Because that is the service we use. It's in the band.
What service am I using? What is the service I'm using? The electronic service.
Electronic service that we use on the platform that we use.
So if the money is in my pocket, now you encourage say we need to take money out of the economy.
Yeah.
So that we'll go cashless. If the money is in my they say I mean scam out direct, I make you levy. Me choose to come them out direct, I make you levy. So why should it be?
Certainly, a tax. What's a tax? No,
how do you pay tax?
Big hotels.
How do you pay tax? You pay tax on income. You don't pay tax on capital. Take it from me. That kind all the tax doctrines. Now you say, if I owe you a sima, your tax capital. He left it says cash over to my bank or tax over to me. Cash over to us because usika the banker, and you know the sad aspect. He left it here for the Ebremo. Put him the here. It's like a phone now. Big bank transactions. I'm going to check the transaction. Let me try check my wire. I don't pay e-levy on the check. I'm sure e-levy on the check. So it's discriminatory, and taxes should not be discriminatory. E-levy it defeats all the principles of good taxation. So be jina baby no can e-levy asema. Sabi ubia or dream on mind, ubia on your mind boy phobia, and dream and support e-levy that. These are people like some entry, boyfriends and some trained and also for
Bishop.
I mean, friendly bishop, and I'll tell you why. I work as a politics. In your friendly bishop, I must accord him the courtesies of a bishop.
Oh, okay.
But for some training entry and now,
and yeah, so for say,
your friend is
Bishop I use
but some try use.
Bishop Bus,
but some try use.
I don't know.
Now, what say they are Gume Kanye? No, why declares a politician?
Yeah.
You mean my friend, I mean friend, a reverend. But
oh, now the politician or a reverend and I did.
Oh, say, or your reverend.
Politician to me, a reverend.
Because the politician to me, a reverend. On we declare the stand, be any baby. But some try so declare the stand, be a baby. I mean, for Bishop in Canada. Because, say me, a sorry paying. I mean, I'm sorry, Ben. I mean, a congregation for the income. A year NDC for MPP for CPP for PSC for good for income.
Yeah.
It is not in my place. Come and be discreet. The assembly I make Kebiano. I agree, sir. We also.
But also, I also for Tuaba.
And I make I agree, sir. We also for Tuaba. was a issue of morality. That's what I say. Who didn't pay any more? Maybe why? If you're on your own, you can choose to do whatever you want. The friend was some trying. I am man the crime no politics. Don't say party attack. The news the way there. Kasama party way. Because your chances in from President Mills time. President Mills into me friend who wants some drain. Blasphemy say President Mills friend who wants some drain. Fast forward to 2030. Like who call oh when you say friend has some drain. Patron say we are so for. You know, I'm senator. The news a party. Enka party asa.
It's your kind of dream you own. What's your many?
Okanadri as a software. It should be fair to the issues. Okanadri as a software no. I want to back room. Ice. On canon, on count.
But as a software, money are better so too much.
Because I bet you one too many. Or the year Prof. Mills. The money tremu. And I signed the year President Mahama. A man know your mind penny. Your money tremu. Your money twice to be. They say they will deal with him.
The said not someone. A jet to the extent. A bit to me a hamu and this for ahead of 2020.
Why your partner was some trying to see you?
Or a bishop no van home. I am retired bishop.
Why your partner was some trying to see you? The Methodist Church at the iron on the statement number they've disowning. Read the statement well.
Oh yeah.
They've disowned.
Oh yeah, the official spokesperson for the church and Wamaka said.
I've said he's not the official spokesperson.
No.
How much who the official spokesperson is? Read the statement well.
And just as I deal with Crano, you challenge. Me. Now make kind statement and me say I deal with a typo but me I called the administrator of Methodist Church. Me friend no Enra. And the BBC no say they have stated categorically say oh yeah the official spokesperson for the church na mom asam na oka ye no na eye Methodist Church atwe ne ho afrem, so we should put that thing on record. My lawyer George Parado.
Let's read the statement again.
Okay, now this is the statement. Oko, I'm taking you straight away to the third paragraph. Also, the Methodist Church Ghana wishes to notify the general public that the presiding bishop is the official spokesperson of the church. We therefore appeal to our noble friends of the media not to draw the name of the Methodist Church Ghana into the alleged statement made by the past bishop.
So who is the presiding bishop of the Methodist?
Presiding bishop say, yeah. Oh, me papa, no, Obuasi diocese.
I said no. So then, if you are reading the statement, the said statement was made during the 29th annual synod.
Okay, paragraph.
Paragraph 2, no.
Paragraph 2, yes. I
said the said statement, which was made during the 29th annual synod of the Obuasi diocese, sought to attack the position of His Excellency. The word was attack. Word. I saw in the word. Sought to attack the position of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the former president of Ghana on the e-levy. The Methodist Church wishes to notify the general public that the presiding bishop
is the official spokesperson of the church. But it
so who is the presiding bishop? Who is the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church? Ayesu is not the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church. So what the church is saying in this statement is that
I'm coming.
The official spokesperson
all right,
for
so
the church.
You mean now I'm getting your understanding. The Methodist Church Ghana wishes to notify the general public that the presiding bishop
Ayesu is not the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church.
Okay, I'm getting where you are coming
from. So that is it. Okay. We've interrogated.
So it means they are telling us
he doesn't speak for the church.
The presiding bishop
on the Kasama story. Ayesu is not the Ayesu is not the presiding bishop of the Methodist.
Okay.
He's not a presiding bishop.
No, Asante Chukra on the free for Nami Papa in an
He's not a presiding bishop.
Okay, I have gotten your point too. Because it was a bit debating.
No, so but when that is why I read it from the second paragraph. That is how
when you read it from the second paragraph.
That is how you do.
I say the set statement which was made during the 25th annual synod of the Obuasi Methodist Diocese sought to attack the position of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okay, blah blah blah. The Methodist Church Ghana wishes to notify the general public that the presiding bishop is the official spokesperson. Okay. Nature say it tells you say Bishop Agensu or some chain on yet the presiding bishop.
He's not the spokesperson of the church. He has no local speaking that manner. So Gina MPP for platforms. So
I've gotten your point.
There are no issues.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So now it is said that I work and said Nasama Okayano your politics. Aquatia Muntina when you are as a more cassetiano. To the extent what could you add there? There no general secretary Kasawa and Ranopa. Now all Kasa Sembina and Tisoka Nana or your police in here said baby and okay kono because of
was he a police officer? Was he in line to be made chaplain of the police church? Were there issues with his mentality? Because
we don't know.
So it is.
I called the bishop. The bishop told me, "Or catch me point blank." Said, "Yanko police, yeah, journalists. Yanko police in Ekoseki a report to be also now over issues about the mentality,
infirmity of the mind."
And
he was not mentis compos.
But you know, lawyer need to because uncle hiding behind the legal jargons na. No, Nina just say, "Nagrimu Kano."
Asma me beside say, I'm not saying same. I mean, because sabi me nimuno. So it means na no can say Agrimu Kano. But allegations have been made. It is alleged. Yes, it's hatred for the NDCs because now or your police near there he's chaplain. Now when reasons best known to the police service. And from that day, he's not forgiving the NDC. And what it's any opportunity.
Okay, now the presiding bishop of Methodist Church, Dr. Paul Kwamnabuafo, on an American Assembly,
the official spokesperson.
Official spokesperson. Okay, I'm getting you. Now I have understood that point very well. As a debate. So you cannot take in a very wide you say one more air refer.
No, but he's not
a presiding bishop.
So once the word presiding bishop comes, the question you ask is are you bishop or you
diocese or Boise diocese?
So but he's not a
presiding bishop.
Presiding bishop needing no, but maybe a president in Methodist Assembly. But I don't get involved with church politics. Because there's a team who was sorry. I'm a damn pastor man, and I'm saying you crap people. My upbringing is such that yes, if we do attempt credit, me patroka once. So it is a difficult situation for me. But people like Ayensu Bosom, I cannot call him bishop because if any bishop there's a man on the man. So I would take away the church and deal with him as an individual.
Because of the
No, because of how he's carried himself in the last 6, 7, 8 years.
We understand, and let's just say, we are so for being called your grant to make count.
And Casamanka, about us over Bibria Casa, at yes, you be so. We are so for. But as of Bibria Casa, we don't agree. Respectfully, it is his opinion. But Omani say your hatred, am I a certain grouper? Then we'll have issues with you. I gave you an example. In 2010, 2011, he went on an unprovoked attack on President Mills. That is the President Mills' friend who has to be President Mills' friend who has to be and yet Ghanaians the two has to be because Ghanaians saw how he carried himself, and I Ghana for 2 has to be this same bishop, Ayensu Bwa Ebosomtre, ebe catch the reality in answer. Unyame nkwa na ya asumdwe hine. Is the President Mills a friend who asumdwe hine a blasphemy. The can't say make say bebre. Yembo enfu ya jitu. So for na aka. 2013 the Supreme Court ye na Akufo-Addo. Every year. Oba ya na Akufo-Addo gazo. We accept the decision of the Supreme Court. Now accept an obey. Fast forward, Bishop. When you asumdwe hine, when I say a friend. Today, all friend as we it was not blaspheming anymore. Because Akufo-Addo. President Mama Kokasa about free SHS. So you better review. Oh, no, yes, him. President Mama saw will be free SHS.
On the kind.
Me patch on the kind.
It's some kind, also on the
Me
kind.
patch
And
on
the
the kind. Inti, I am a ma example.
Because everyone mean.
Na Ghana phone with
So
the
on the
NTR. The NTR, ye ni abrene so no. President Mama, free SHS campaign time. President Mama work so free SHS in there, allowed a constitutional provision. A challenges for home. It's about a review. He gave the interpretation of review, say review means cancel. The President Mama saw better cancel. If I'm a President Mama, Jina cancel. It's hatred for President Mahama. Because you know what? President Mahama was the police council chair.
Because not a vice president.
Yes. It is our time. No. President Mahama na into the iron chap. Oh. Hey, your time. Then I say, President Mahama, I can say, Nyami Adom. And he didn't even say, or no President Mahama, or say, the next NDC administration. A bar. Be trim. Oh, they didn't say 11 tax, Papa. President Mama. They can
But some seminar, JD Macano. How? Because more politicians send the tax in some day, you know.
No, but that's for 11 you will have to come. And I'll tell you why. As for 11,
I didn't say
if I am still National Youth Organizer, not President Mama, be President, 2025, no entry, I'll lead the demonstration.
Oh, sir?
Yes. See, a chronobo. Who did you or better mass here? Well, who did on social media because of E-Levy? Because the capital of
E-Levy, share my mention idea. Way a year, me colleague come and a waha. On the baby of Beton Adriane, any, a dinner was so. Otto Adriane, 1 pack of rice, and a contumely stew at 80 Ghana city. Share taxes Otuya, NHIL 0.75. But you get fund 2.5.
One complaint.
COVID-19 dear womb.
One complaining.
And sanitation crowd. 80. What can we in Aboma? 80 cities and net say what we are or you're close to 40 cities. And we are near what 30 cities. Okay, men so me konya me bechere eha. Na me koji me kokunte mienu or yet here. Na me je me tower near the ameniji hui. Eduguswa, meso metua me 12 cities. Sana me ko. Eti bi ono no. Ape say ono no be di say aduane bi. And wetua.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
Yeah.
Way a service will be a render. The same time, no, a luxury good. A luxury good.
Okay.
Go to a restaurant. We are a restaurant in a luxury.
Yes.
And our OCHS are taxes. Those tax components are taxes are ubiajitum say you need to pay for any charge.
Yes.
You need to pay for what? Because I know that we intermediate. E-levy.
Yeah.
The sikan nipano sikana sheni botomo na okoye no. So your electronic transfer crowd obetia sa taxes we wa.
Obetia.
And as sikani sheni botoms no ya obetia. So there is uniformity. I mean cannot matter.
Okay.
Sikani sheni botom me ba hey 40 cities no. If you me bottom and I'm the chair and
okay.
I would have paid all these taxes anyway.
Yeah.
But the nipani decided say or the phone. And the bit shares are carry out.
Additional E-levy.
Additional E-levy charge. So there is discrimination.
Me
is kind of me botoma mean chia. That's what I say. If the money is coming from my pocket, I'm not paying E-levy on it. But say me here for me bank, I transfer my one. Meanwhile, the world is going cashless. I make a note to myself. Yeah, because chrono 7 years, you know. Yeah, encouraging say you be easy if you.
But some workers say you chrono.
Chrono in the sense. Chrono.
Also, we are lawyer and just say we are mindful of the way you use
chrono. No, chrono because you have principles of taxation. One, a tax should be uniform. Is there uniformity in E-levy? I've just given you an example. Anyway, the pay to you. The all the cash in the chair you won't pay E-levy on it.
I'll be to direct.
But send me 12 in my phone, so I end up paying E-levy. 2, so 1, the issue of uniformity is absent. 2, capital.
Yeah.
I hear Juma Bosumi na metua me income tax. And then me VAT, me BBS me chebia metia. Na me first one na ye dia mama me de na ye dia mama say me dwetre no. That's an penny some that say a chat with written. Oh, the show, but Toma. I say you 10,000 for the next about so father from Sika Mammy. How Jimmy Peking crying. Maybe I'm so father about so why you Jumaka cry. Also, Jody 5,000. So be the Fatome Bank, Mammy. I mean, in our cost store. They are quite cotard here. They are tons you. Now we you cash and out here, you can't your tax. Maybe the banker, maybe the moment I see in I encourage you. Yes, me is cano. They file electronic means where you scan your tax, your car. Same service. Yeah, Jimmy.
But your services you have untia. Because me wo ye business kakre okumase. The suppliers, Enra, I sent them 3,000 Ghana cedis. Mentuya e-levy because the supplier and the number na me sending you a merchant linking to the GRA. It be to anana by tax 00. Nam say, hey, a kwana be kofa e-levy guideline na me show no say merchant a link wa register with GRA. You won't pay. It is so
I'm coming.
So they say. So I paid only 10 cedis.
You know why?
On the 3,000.
You know why to the merchant you won't pay? But merchant no says can I call you I budget tax. I'm your tier crash your own digger.
Yeah.
I mean money is coming to your level. You cannot say. That is the difference. Merchant no. Because this number is registered to the GRA, no tier tax my GRA no. Amount of security government is able to track it and know say business say now. So once you are paying that money, a transactional money, which you are 12. That is why we are saying say a double taxation for some people because on your merchant and the details are all no.
Yeah.
Because all tier taxes in that. That is why there is no tax. And me I Jimmy Sika so tax I mean mama bibi kakra of in Jimmy 11. Where is the fairness? One of the principles of fair taxes is fairness, equity, uniformity. All these things are missing with the e-levy. Tax.
Okay. How you need 100 points now? You need George Opariado, the National Youth Organizer, the NDC, and I need in common sign a lawyer. Now, Mystic Wonder defense Soma do a jury. Or say the Deputy Communication Officer hopeful for the Soma do a jury Mystic Wonder is a. I said the outrageous tariffs increment proposed by the utility companies is unrealistic. Ghanaians can afford to pay. In these times of unprecedented economic hardship, I entreat the Nanado-led government to go for our money stolen by PDS for no work done. Where is the energy sector levy? Current inflation there. Or say Mystic Wonder. And or dear babe. Positive change, Eddie Frimadina. Or say it is pathetically delusional and emotionally unstable for any reasonable Ghanaian to believe that the economic fundamentals and the Kufuado and Kenufirata is better than that of Mohammed's. Positive change. Or the Frimadina, positive change. Many pious, kind wine, and the unfinished business and many anything. Where is it, please, Jerry? Tell Oparado that because of the NDC incompetence, they couldn't buy crude oil to power the machines to generate electricity. So we know the NDC performance, Mr. Tay, Gulf Estate, and all the other. Well, so good evening, Mark Jerry. Mr. Oparado, and as I said, your friend will be, he doesn't make.
Already.
It doesn't make any sense to me. He should give us one solution. So, Mark, stop wasting our time. Why? All right. My friend, the Dean Cranso and count home. Mesha Kasanjo say, Goom has said it all. All right. Thank you. Nane Kuya Brain or say, please, Mark Jerry, tell Operado that Mahama, there is nowhere the Ghanaians are going to vote for Mahama again. But I then akwa question NDC. O confidence in na JD am there. Ade.
Yes. See, in 2000, MPP stuck with me. He had lost. 2012 when he lost this. He had confidence in me. Because you see, the records of John Dramani Mahama, who is still alive and available, compared to the abysmal performance of it. The Nipanetias, not available. No one who didn't beat me. And the records, or no be about the records, is no be in our camp. I change it.
It's in India and it says, window now, a walk was so between me another term and 19.
No, but
as a moment, my yes,
start say, a Juma. A Juma Sinisu Nyakitia. A Juma John Mahama, a year, Ghana Hanum. In a idea dance, say, your man, the 2 Juma. If you are not in a Ghana. Look at the tema pots. Look at the railway systems and the Look at how he transformed transportation. Look at how he just didn't do airports. Railway lines here, John Mama. The road networks, Shakra. If I won't question the Shakra.
But I know you Professor Mills so free more. And I know because it was a railway tie, railway sector, Professor Mills. Those times.
Yeah, you prof in film. I said.
And I'm not going to be so cast as a movie.
Prof Nakoda and John. Prof in TRC. So, your TRC, no. So, anybody, the papa. The mama, the TRC. The mama worked as vice president. And not to a prof. There's a prof in your normal, not John Mama. Do we go and give the credit to the one who is dead? No. Only who be him, John Mama and TRC. This is John Mama, we are marketing. And Okahubi, on the prof, Prof didn't work in ISO. Prof John Mama there. From Prof, he handed over to John Mama. Not John Mama to us. So the vision was continued by Prep. Railways. So in every sector of this economy, who John Mama paints, E-blocks are unique. After Kwame Nkrumah, there is no single president that was school down. Even a bus school down in there, Mama school down. Yes. At the time he was leaving office, 123 new schools had been started. 74 of them almost completed. 44 fully completed. Nkrumah, how many secondary schools you see? Nkrumah is more than 50 secondary schools. Records are there. So that's here. Kwame Nkrumah, OSEI, KNUST, Ahama, and the Prof Mills, Eastern Region, UHAS, Abba, and Okwedo in America. Hospitals, the University of Ghana Medical Center, our Prof Mills and the President Mama, if he has here. It is way better equipped than even Kolebu and got this big.
And then you can say institutional health facility.
And the Terminal 3 aviation for there. Interchanges, interchange, roads and highways for there. Dr. Kwabinado for John Evans Atamios and the Professor Ismaila Ayite and the cost signing random to build, and then the then health minister Dr. Benjamin Kumbo and the John Monsa Koshen Kratas and the GC Kefi Israel for what University of Ghana I'm buying agents, and because University of Ghana and you're buying an appointed vice chancellor and you're a buying institution. They are buying then they send the bank hospital and say, buying a Bank of Ghana.
But some way, say, Obi Babe Pribia said, the attitude said, Dr. Dufo, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, or also a credit to say, or Baby Gina, or pursue 2 franc at the man. He said, but it's another for us, or more young come will be a quack show.
And this is a democratic party. As it stands now, will be anyone more declaring intentions of a contest. The flag. Dr. Dufo declaring intentions. Dramani Mama in declaring. Will be in intentions. I mean, do so no declare intentions. Democrats no party, maybe a mama will be.
Go to the delegates. JDM,
now, yay. Sitting president at a Mills, the man for contest. MPP.
Yeah.
It's democracy.
On MPP, why no one will be contested?
Now, Precunomo is on the contest for the Mamoquai. I remember okay. I acquire dining no more contest. They wanted to contest the Kufuado. What happened? Yet the democracy as you.
But yes, he was contested.
MPP primaries.
2020.
2020 will be
2020 now.
sitting president Yeka.
Yeah, sitting president.
Sitting president, I'm contested. I thought the MBU was contested. It's a democracy.
That's all my parents that cophobia. Yeah. It's a be a congress sitting president.
It's a democracy. Yeah. The mini do so. What be declare intentions? Be about year branch elections. Any delegates do declare intentions. That declare one. The real branch elections are any being delegate for presidential elections. Because I'm not more 33,000 polling, 38,000 polling station be out of 9 delegates. The area any be who delegates no. They be then they will be declare intentions. No, the guidelines about it so. But as it stands now, we'll be declaring intentions. So when we make comments, they're fanatics. Comments. President Mama has not declared his intentions. That and Dr. Adolfo Obonidi also declared intentions about it. A rumor, and but they've not made their intentions. As an officer of the party, I'm a national officer. The MBA nominations will be declaring intentions.
Oh, can official, but I say you need him.
How now only me meaning?
Oh, sir.
Meaning. To be honest, I don't know. Okay. Some will declare, fine, but as it stands now, none of them have declared. I have a personal relationship with President Dufo. I have a good relationship with President. So when they all declare, the party has guidelines. And if I'm still a national officer there now, I will not be able to take sides. I'll have to be a referee in the middle. But as it stands now, I am of the respected opinion, say, if President Mama puts himself up, delegates of the NDC are likely to go. That is what decided. That is his personal decision. That nobody can force. China Pokaso nobody can force. But as it stands now, because you're in maybe I could be even
MPP. That's sorry na JDM can say on Kobe ma and this is former highly disappointed, including you.
How do you know my position? How do you know that? We are a democratic party. Then President Mama Kaso Nkwa. Yes, rightly so. Some of us will be disappointed. Some of us, I'm not saying me, but majority of NDC for being disappointed. Because he's still popular within the ranks. You know, so Soyano Panokason could be a man. That should be broken. Because people admire his style. He's a true Democrat. Under President Mahama, no journalist censored himself. Not say hey, Magari. If you won't admit it publicly. As headlines, we have an hour kind of careful. That is government. Under John Mama.
Say your press freedom, you're not doing well.
And that's
index
under President Mahama, they didn't ever cross your mind.
So it means that something is not right. Of it, journalist,
under President Mahama, was there a day as a journalist? Now, let me share MPP journalism. Me boni di. I'm a koye me kata ewo Hacho Junction, Agbogba Junction. I'm the akwe wa hayadro. Say if you go for it, yeah. Ube ni muno. Or report about. Let me share. No, you cried your school eating when I was massa. Mahagana dream power. Young Crawford. I'm the mo. And then,
but journalists be akasama yababe che they say you didn't go Jubilee House.
Caleb Kuda, Yanchina Uncle. And national security. Who is the head of national security?
Is it by orders?
Who is the head of national security?
Because some excesses and when you're president, you be sabi to me about
no. I didn't see that Mahama time. Yeah. ECG doom light I was Mahama. Obi Bowa cry say Mahama. And then the Kufuado time there. The same offenses. One person be out with you Kufuado. And then when you be one say institutions na here Juma na. Who is the head of national security? Who does Kufuado? National security council under the head. Who does the back stops with? Why not appointing IGP?
Stops with the president.
Why not appointing IGP? Maybe appointing authority.
Yeah.
It you know say if the police is not acting. For instance, President, your claim to fame, a demonstrations. Now, Attorney General Godfrey Dame go. Any police commander upon Bueno, they decided say, "Omo allow demonstrations in the country." Who will claim to fame as president? Notorious demonstrator.
How notorious?
And his claim to fame. His claim to fame. He was known as an agitator in chief. Yeah, demonstration.
That
was his a product of demonstrations. Now for almost 6 months. And yeah, you movie. And then they are kukudro. And the face your man. Now Ubia here's why demonstration say some of us have to take our time and take the law. And then embarrass them on TV and radio. And they were quoting laws and I expert. Lawyer, president. Now what Attorney General, now my family, now police, what Trombra. Embrana expert, moon renew Mbrano. Say Mbrani took George Pariado. To look at the law and tell them, Mbrana Mukotia was a moment of Mbrana cry expert. I had to embarrass them on TV and radio. To prove to the world, say, they don't even know what they are doing. Demonstrational. They may rights. Constitutionally guaranteed legal rights. That's what I mean.
Dutch, one neck, so far, Mushia, you know, guidelines are more about to you. But you want money, what's your head?
Yes, yeah, fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, NDC, Manukun, yeah, the highest decision-making body.
Yeah.
Congress.
Okay.
Yeah, Congress, yeah, now Congress to me as a fake. And then the king, I say, in the absence of Congress, no. To me now, I'm a fake. Fake a functional executive.
Okay.
The national officers in fake. Yeah, now you're straight to the day-to-day administration, you know. Now, you're chichire pony, you know, a bro and so I have friend neck. Neck near regional executives. Chairman, secretary, organizer, youth organizer, woman organizer, and I have Baby Shia. Our neck. Neck is the second highest decision making body. There one near the Ababe Tuja. I think of Obebre and NDC Shin Koso. Anyway, Juma, this current crop of national officers are here. Ebomu Mukakra. The year elections now you fee Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And now national chairman general. Then commission research team in all regions, in all constituencies. Someone compile more reports on Niema Koye, Niema Koye, where we need to improve. The course where elections not a course of the Koye. They started regional retreats. The region be able where you may be on near Shia will be a regional capital. They are retreat. Now, so we did a retreat for all 16 regions. The whole of last year, we're moving from region to region. And the infants the Greater Accra, 34 constituencies. All 34 constituencies, 3 days, 4 days, in one venue. I do. There were various wings. Your youth wing, your women's wing, there was Zongo Caucus. Then you now say retreats. And I did reports about. And I compile some reports. You really who say the branches need be a week because elections in regional branches. You know, the real retreats near TC Muse, you call your friend of branch audits. See, you 38,000 branches are organized. All national officers. See, you share constituency, you know, share region, you know, that region, I'm any park, I am. For instance, me say, Ashanti region, they make control one constituency. It may any nipa from national, therefore, like members, they are visiting branches, Nina. Then no man could think it, only beside the air course. Like this money in area. Yet, hey, in branch be a hard deal. In maybe a branch chairman, anyhow. In a branch chairman, I are so we have that information. The way any car say, the ID cards are a one, or see replace the ID card. ID cards for
your members.
For your members. You started by replacing old ID cards. Old ID cards, there were original ID card in 2018. So the last time a year card issue, year 2018, I said voter register year no. Then any new card registration be and a card here for 4 years. To be a card expire 2022 because 2018 dual card there 2022 be our expire. So you start here, They issue old ID cards. Your friend a replacement of ID cards. Yeah. You call neck. And you're in timetable. I got two. Between a neck, like from a dollar call, a cocoa see a year. You be up to 15th May. You better say you be verification of memberships our branches. Because woman, I say say more cards. We be on your party.
Okay.
No, I old cards. So yes, our verification. You know. And then from the 21st of May, I could do 7th June. Limited registration exercise. People be bringing out my bedroom NDC. 2019 be by 2020 be by 2021 be by 2022 be by. Be limited window. The one person join the piano. Another register an ID card.
Okay.
So our process is now between the 15th of June to July 2022.
2020. That's the entire of July.
The whole of July.
Okay.
The year registration. Now, collation of branch election results. Any branch elections. They started branch elections. Oh, sorry. A limited registration there, 21st May to 7th June. And then the limited by 7th June here.
Now branch elections in the moment that you're 15th June
to the end of July.
July.
And also quite fast, so outreach. I be penny a bear no. You know, I be try to I could supervise 38,000 police. Make sure say each branch be no. We have 9 executives no our branch or no more. Area no now a collation of SAR results no between 1st 7th of August. Then between 1st after 7th August, the friend ward elections.
Okay.
The real ward elections are in September.
Ward near one may share branches in the son.
Electoral area.
Electoral area. Yeah.
Ward elections.
Okay.
The real ward elections now the whole of September. A constituency elections. Not October, the regional election. Not November, I think we bring the mandate here for 4 years. November near 2 years.
Okay.
November 2018. The Youth Congress was in October.
October.
The Youth Congress is separate from the main Congress.
I said no, I'm going to use I was there.
I know you're October. Intino. Yen fumum brebia. Yen brand pepe sunidi. November any year National Congress. I eat chairman of Pampofu. General Segregate here among the national officers. So in November we will elect our national. Then we would have served our full 4-year term. So that whoever wins money.
Now, Obesan Kobe. Oh, sir. As the youth.
Now, who Messi? Who Jai Messi now go for them?
Oh.
The Messi are never. We've transformed the youth wing up.
Oh, sir.
Nobody can dispute.
Transformation, is the same.
Oh, a party that got 44% when they were in government. Somebody to me share, yes, we were there for just 2 years before the elections. We almost pushed the elections into AJ Mensa, near maybe or yeah, that election should have. Party are now 106. Now you buy in 2 years. I'm almost a majority in parliament. Yeah, will be of course or other polling stations. Yeah, we should have had a majority. Clearly, we have to. And also the history of Ghanaian politics. Under the Fourth Republic. No political party or core opposition. The first step. Why just such remarkable progress like that? Led by Chairman Ampofu and candidate John Mahama. He didn't see that. So clearly, and that job didn't happen in a vacuum. Today, NDC stain is more vibrant on our campuses than even TESCON. And you can find out from anywhere. We set the pace and then they follow. Transformational leadership. We have transformed the face of Ghana, especially the youth wing. It's in Ajuma, you know. Sabi, remember, it's not a call people and ask what we have done. I can assure you, it's a Nyaminti. Contest again. Good people of the NDC will return.
What is it will be by the contest?
Oh, in fact, that's it.
And yes, sir.
Yambo, and I said, you're fan of Pumpamu Bayfo.
Okay.
Maybe see if I'm saying I'm here for now, baby.
I just say, why you're Juma ground.
Oh, and I know one thing with the NDC. The NDC rewards hard work. And yet the day.
Okay.
The day who and the Pamo Bayfo. And now, Uni Yano, Unfrey Yano.
Giorgio Parado Esquire, the National Youth Organizer, the NDC, and a bonkomo and a numeri, and would need 100.9. It is this current executives there, Mabom Home, but share a year 2020 elections. We will lead the youth wing, especially youth in the Sunamote Yusu. Who said John Mahama Kabibi say illiterates be what the fortunes of the NDC. That's some no kind of you better take care of.
Na make us when I say I launch it now. See me, I say yeah assessment of where we failed. Sabe, you trust in internet church. You know, you real elections, and until you go through a process. Elections is not an event.
Oh, but if truly say illiterates are more modern, that's you shouldn't also just some way the
no, he didn't say illiterate or say some party agent. He never used the word illiterate.
Oh, what guy illiterate?
He's a communicator. But how do you call and who is an illiterate? In politics, who is an illiterate?
Okay, international standards. Illiterate
in Ghana, in Ghanaian politics.
No,
but no. You see, there can we a lawyer near an illiterate. You're an illiterate in French.
In French, yeah, that's correct.
It's, you know, it's more of a technical word. Obi throw tree power
Uncle Squid, okay.
It doesn't make him an illiterate. He's an illiterate in English.
It's be a political in the space in the
so what President Mama said, they say some agents, and it's a human institution. I'm one course. Because for instance, in Ashanti region, audit.
Yeah.
Address polling stations. Yet Sinipa Bebriano we crowd double. Some of the cases are with the police. But some of our agents with all these infractions still went ahead. That's it. Because once there are infractions, it should be reported. But in retreat, who say, even what we even got information in the crown, others happened in other polling stations. They didn't come to us. But a human institution, and when you see the mistakes, you work towards it. And I can assure you that some of the issues are a cause for some of the polling stations. And I'm going to say, previous elections, we don't get back to the basics. You can find out polling station animal. To go around 33,000 polling, 38,000 polling. There's a year to drill down for details. So we are better informed going into 2024.
And
it's in 2024.
More structures, more strategies, more elections.
But you see, in Yemeni be a course in 2020.
Yeah.
We'll serve a word of caution to 1, the Electoral Commission, 2, to the police, and 3, to our brothers and sisters in uniform, being in the military, customs, on my monitor elections. Say, let nobody then say, let's subvert the will of the people.
Okay.
The Ghanaian people will resist it on all fours.
Electoral Commission will not resist you.
They say, let nobody attempt, say, or best subvert the will of the people of this country in 2020. The course will take man south. If government does not prosecute and punish her, you know what is going to reinforce? Police station. It didn't make catch up by any say. He has an opportunity to restore sanity in our electoral process. And this is the time to do it. See, you come in your polling station. You go polling station. But see, I am rest assured, say, punishment be about to say any this. But in the other causes, any part 8 now, almost sure Monquano. Sabi, Okwasa, who in Tiana Shasum. Yeah, man, to Sumpreno. So to the police, to the military, and to anybody who has a role to play, so-called national security operatives, no. Then the effort to the Bemom. What happened in 2020? Omubudozi Omuwe, and the Cesar Niema, Omudi declare for the president. No. Nobody should attempt to subvert the will of the God. Say ye two abana, yen kind, say ye nya vote benyano. President Mahama and the NDC, or whoever will lead the NDC, are democratic enough to accept it. These are the true results and the true reflection. But that Jane Mensa is excuse my language. In the manner course and 50%.
James I do here.
Election results back where it's 4 times.
4 times now. Obi your mistake.
What's in penny Semukrum happy?
As it means say you yes, it's election results 4 times.
Marjorie. Percentages.
More tabulate election results.
Marjorie.
Don't say your gazetted results.
The gazetted results was even different from the Edinburgh Supreme Court. Your gazette say, you know.
Because that constituencies be any radio.
Abba, as
at the time
or gazette no 15th December. Yeah, 7th December. That constituency be an year ready. That constituency be an year. Me say the greatest service the Supreme Court did the people of this country was not aligned in Mensa, Mount Sar Adakano. Now, the stewardship, maintaining penny in Samoda, Supreme Court here. So, be a year, Juma, the 2 years should be in Sa. Ombua Contawe, Jumano, and house more money. Maintaining penny in Samoda. After I done mounted the dock.
And then, yeah, say no, back. Because the facts are more presented to the court.
What facts? Even interrogatories. Initial questions are the person answer person at trial and start. Supreme Court now man they overprotected there. The opening some man the choir should have been exposed big time.
Makasa same way as the Supreme Court protected Jane Mensa Makaka to achieve what?
The
one
internet
protected Jane Mensa to achieve what?
The internet. I know what they are. And market where water will not touch. In the coming years, there will be a full report on how the 2020 election results was changed and who sent the messages and declare results. In this, the
results were changed.
But nobody got 50+1 in that election. Nobody got 50+1.
If you check gazetted results in
that is how come. That is how come. The
gazetted one I may call
the gazetted one no more no. And no crowd that was not what they brought to the Supreme Court. They came with different figures to the Supreme Court. One election results, you are about Ghana Anoma. This was the 8th time I near Twaba. The same election results, it's the 4th time. So what stopped you? Because every time you are a Feridian or Honum, or two budget results in dosodosumu and Sunday declare. So that when there are issues, it is resolved.
It's a much lessons far from
and
the 2020.
The will of the people. They see what the Chiman South. They see what the also. Any other places, it won't happen again in 2024. And yet the word of caution. We are peace loving. And can't say ye pebasmas.
And no soon say uncle for 2 Abama Obiema, Oba Beshe you to Nukutu Pass or Mokomo Fan Romaji from Uncle.
And I make sure say, maybe question parameter here. The Minia Echo polling station ye boni tuni ye kuno as a shiensia. Echo polling station I be to me home.
Okay. We hear the words of the youth organizer, the national youth organizer, the man NDC. Onona yetene kana ha ye need 100.9. Na yebako yetio na yetio so no wabon komo kakra. Na afini ya jo last words na ye ja kwan. Ha ye need 100.9. Ye name the national youth organizer of the NDC. Na edin komo na ye George Opariado Esquire. Yene na bon komo yie pa comprehensively had na ba be run the party mi ama wabrobro enwa maso de ama wo a wutie me wo a wo hwe me wo Facebook YouTube mo a mo hwe yen ene mo so a mo tie yen yankwa ama no so 0302243540 0302257902 yene George Operado eni komo
my Jerry
yes abema amajo ati say
nyankopon israel
Oshiraos.
Oh, boy, Idia the champion for Sini Adams. A free as Shaman. Let the Abranti are in a better when you miss out Papa.
Amen.
One your cassia. Mamma on Abu Joshua Midua Kamba, Joe Ashama, Deputy Communication Officer. Yama sitting need you to make your Mona, Nampem. Upon Kakra me can say, Yaku Ponsta, Abranti are in a better Wakasa ye. Wakasa Yansam, then Yamin Sirano. Because about why you 2 years and some PMA. Sabi NDC when you follow minute sabi to say ya di na that 2024 no what check say when someone who say no They say 2024 na they say NDC4 yenina yeni daso. Enti nyame pa 2024 NDC4 nyina yen kabomu. They say card for fry aye beka yen ho bom bema NDC beba power na they say aye because of amamu they say koso a bibia se bibia paska bibia ye pasa Ghana. Enti President Akufo-Addo disappoint ye papa. Enti manyami sra branch na na betra.
Okay.
Onye no kokopa na kopa na wo kono se de tebia na NDC beba power 2024 ni nyame nyaduma ba.
Medanse no wadwe ncha de abani 100.9. Meba cho madwo.
Ejusu honorable Magdalene ba kupe.
Yes man, ye ko anymore.
Wa unu am wani fitani me frefie samankasi.
All right.
I mean fear the incoming general secretary for great MPP party. Yera opare ansa. Na ba ko san koma yera po amani oba East region. Chairman papa aziki utom che omnyina. Min koma sem so a. Mi ne wakasa. Wakasa na emu de bi ma so ameka ne se. O ka sema no maka menesi asem so. Muna muye interchange we muna muye interchange e ba ne se no muto abadi tia mo. So ana me de bi ma so ameka ne se. So we betre studio no kasa na Akufo-Addo ma wi asa ye dia. Ana me Ghana ye dia maintenance ye. Ni ekuso wi asa nyina ye ni mo. Emi won say NDC for dani asem na say. That is the whole world the one any. Na Akufo-Addo betra so no tratia no to betrozo. O tratia na ne ma ekoso. Omu ba power mra ye fit on ba power no. Eni ma na gina on sa de gina e. Omu ko de ekoso ba we de. E ya asem na esi. And the same way in our first, you see the whole world. And the second one, near Russia, and I'm more money my day. Then no second to me. I am Yaka can say, me and one year, I'm West Magazine, because to my bar, it's a go round. Make what both of Gusujan, make what two more from Kubiara, because in the Ghana for all cassette of one that Adiano. Then was so to our to war, and the Bobia. Also, so you're very active, not yet. And you have 7 months for the you. I'm pretty for me, so we it's in your car on tree sign, no come away in Ankamum, Nagana ya, a yin idea, and net, and still be a money bar. A woman this kuni,
okay.
It's an Akufo-Addo, 3 years ago.
Medas say, Bamifa next one, and so on, and so. Meba cho madwo.
You was under my.
Yemen I eat you.
You are going to know who's coming to dance mine.
All right.
American Chamia Mura, just a people could incoming MPP. Dinner secretary. I mean, Chiamia Mura is incoming chairman, yes. Jeff Konadu is in region. Hey, Mike. Mia, what you are saying. One kind of what can I say, baby? Nipa who know. What can I call the dio? I didn't see what the dio do to my yet to about. Number of parliament, answer to how many penguins do the dio. I don't think that's not working now. One can home. When you are way to the acquest of a pemper in the all to the moon. And I want him to say, and he's for himself by my hey. And to ask or come be busy by your message to Abamano. Or Barado, I'm not a patch, I'll say. The Namia address at 2024. There are Muhammad Baumia, Emily MPP. Kawusa Mama, where they were them.
Okay. Obi to us so. Eba jo me mo ajo.
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Every year before day.
Hey, now. Odro, ode o man wakwa gotema yo bitiu.
Maza. 2024 ipo na ya ber.
Sa.
Be bia na the radio no sa che, you know no kaka.
Okay, yetio.
Ya jo na ya sana ba. Let me share open now to the youth organizer for NDC. Yakupon share papa no mo no ba. Na majari yim na me communication officer for Guma West.
Beba jo minim.
Anum to Goma de Keskabra me chon.
Mate.
Majari. Aya ododo di obi wo. Ya to aba. When you pay 8. No man pay ni to me na do ka Ghana for the very few. So what to aba mo ku ni pade ye kan wa sema obi ba na wo so obi bi kwado ha. Bibi kwado ha. Ada kwado no ibe wu ya na. Nye mo no kwado wo man ni mu ya ada ye kan. Ye to ye to aba the whole generation. Obi me ja de kem. No one to na mo ma me wa mba. Eso ye nya aya aforijan mo to me be ja de kem 24.
Na ono na wa ma. Kwa to ma nkwa ono na ma.
Den na chatuti kata wa ye kroma. Chatuti kata ye bia na ma me no be ja de kem wo bo ne se mo de wi. Oyi ko be na otu aba de ma chatuti kata somebody to me there. My minimum of Jadakim. You will come here, you walk away. Oh, it is on my belief to mind go. None of more Liam Yada or cheat to men who your own man. And what did the opposition party okay? No, no, children walk up to the sky.
Okay.
You paying maybe after what seconds. As some of you paying the kind there. So you have to go to about. That's a million about the next election of God to make sure no someone or I said, look me.
Madam Sam. Odo, Mammy Fa and you do ho. Honestly, and you're not doing it. My joy. Yet you and then you bring.
Platform issue.
On penny for more me platforms. I remember more platform. What they do?
Former energy minister, and I'm here confused. That was go managers in Cookodiano or some man or the no Quapiano. Which a woman ever won me a bricky eating. And this is what I want to ahead about my guys. I was one more. What do you say? Never see me in the crowd, but I don't know there to a sheer quadiminim. From 1979, late former president Ronnie Yeku. That's an amico school dinner, Yanshada, maybe Nimkara. The course was basically a court democracy in Nimina. What do I say? What does the main casa history now? Bet me a canina, channel. Others square course swing in a Yanipia, the course swing in a mimi. Yes, open a back, I may see me in here. Or Montanico phone can be overhead. The PA need overhead, young. Not more than almost 19 years. No overhead, but who couldn't know my way. And the moment you can throw me and we are so one woman over to control with your children. What is it? To make catch on mobile.
And they are walk say, answer no man penda na go for baby dia de na overhead back okra
no way overhead no way.
Sankara ho de na eno na why ya.
Oh, Santana we work it on me.
Oh. Whatever that's it. Okay. Mame boss na me babo fro. Eh mo kasa o. Me Pius, you never know mame next one.
Hello?
Mario. Oh. Okay. Mario.
Hey, my Jerry.
Yes, sir.
What's our new?
Okay, Russia is you.
Me too catch a pow.
Na somebody dey be am te radio so na wo na me hu.
Ebi ma team mu kaka akoya de.
Oh.
Na this for e beba power 2024 mu kwa na mu be vote. Mu represent MPP for to be vote.
Na mu so
mu ba studio mu very because onu say baby awaba no MPP most of them call us leader ukata kwa wakata usa umushishi. Enye mu kwa na mu vote o. Ke mu kwa na mu be vote Amazon mama in election now. That means 2024 we will win. But so far as MPP force to vote one matter, it is not easy. I didn't move Kasa Mbapa who took my own one work on general post to say who took my own passport. I am my boy soon to bye bye.
That's last one, Mario.
Hello, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Kwame and people here, Kasa free tissue.
Yo.
Now, you know, and this way, over Kasa or my by model. More much now, my 27 bad years. You be some social intervention by Kura Mobile, Ghana will be in this near to Abamamo. And for so ben or two papaya or Kasa Gubena. What do you wow big cardio? So, and this is why a 2 Bama 27 bad years. A dear pan and this need to be within the sense in the buffet and for so now. Kasam for so and people back. Or be like your children, I'm going to be now and not maintenance. And now, Opa, by my class, Mr. D video be now. Nigeria and one more board, the other.
me yiri mi abi wo Italy. Wo se wo ko supermarket ya, more 5 kilos. Wo ko tomato ma ku ses. Ya ji 3 gum.
Okay.
3 pen wo benya. 3 adia wana abawi ya ti wo ma we se mu. Se ya tu ya hupuru mbosome. Obi ahun bi da. Ka hunu se bibia si wiase. Opa container 40 fita. Na 2019. Now Corona in my no $3,000 and then $15,000. When you now better and one my want to be consul.
Okay, let us say. Okay. How you need 100.9 let us say, and also I do in China the about Obi be free we are say you know your guest obe jumedi so the youth national youth organizer the man NDC National Democratic Congress George Opariado Esquire or lawyer ni ono enoba jumedi so George eti yenko na yenko me bisa we say one on more elections and I say more friends say restriction or what? Oh, more time to call it. So more better reorganization. Organization remember your biometric your friends are registered. After 2016, I'm with you because that was you should have.
It gave us problem.
It's this time the and I said bio data and then the more your biometric register. Okay.
Let me correct an impression.
Okay.
Because the free SHS, the Bama MPP.
Yeah.
They need it more. Yeah? The term social intervention, MPP before we bring it. Let me give you the classical definition of this.
Okay.
Social intervention is an action which involves the intervention of a government or an organization in social affairs.
Yeah.
And the question here is what is social intervention? Abaya usi school dying, Markodani Komono. Has the government not intervened in the affairs of that
social life?
Or intervene here? It is a ignorance, need to bonkoso. And it is Baumia I blame for some conception. And then this year has no social intervention. Abaya do rural electrification. When I bring you electricity in your village, who introduced rural electrification? And
Abuzia, they are referring to the as a
and because a bonkoso, a member, anything we. And then Obiba Dream say social intervention. And they say what they free SHS aba. That school dining no one want the free SHS be kwai. And yeah the health insurance by OBNC hospital Ukra health insurance card adu be ko choba. Choba adu health insurance card ko.
But
hospital adu be ko.
What about the pro-poor policies?
What's our pro-poor policies? Rural electrification. Ana kesi nkura se kania ntumi nkodum. Ni po de kania ba onuma ohia ni ene. Otumi so kania no no tumi ton ice water. Intervention be na chain we. Eyeti we. Na be before the tiwi there. You see empty barrels make the most noise. It's either social intervention be amba nipa na or de rural electrification by. Your de water projects. Eba ya community water projects. Eba ya community bia yes sinking borehole am.
I said na ben bia ye be okay.
Who introduced it?
More free maternal care. Me ade ba mobile free maternal care mobile na mobile be
yeah, free maternal care ended with President Kufuor. Get your facts right. It was a 2-year project funded by the British government. And the President Kufuor ended.
It's in a year to also.
But after free maternal care, they started mutual health insurance under President. President Mills came to make it national health insurance. And I'm ready. And the President Kufuor, what I was who go now cry health insurance card. Who did do Ablikuma Central? Who did go access healthcare?
It is one say.
So I'm coming.
Mutual.
When President Mama,
but free maternal care. But what in a UCA? When you said the UCA,
Ukra health insurance card. Now when your man health insurance covers pregnant. Why free maternal? At the time of free maternal care, now health insurance in take you. So the facts, yeah, sometimes every TV4 empty barrels and they make the most noise. They don't have a classroom. They bring classmates almost couple of zero. Today because they are NPP, they come and sit on radio and sound intelligent. I mean, fancy.
Okay, George. And then you better see you.
Yes, sir,
and Yakopon Yadova BBN, you better anyway. God bless you, pa. George Parado Esquire, the National Youth Organizer of the NDC National Democratic Congress, or no. And I know Eddie Common High Elite 100.9 Torchlight and aha ene yedi dwumadi no yedi si bidi de Mark Jerry o say agyeman yakopon ya adom benada yebeshi sorry meme da yebeshi wo asemi di ka so benada ne ya wada bia ne de torchlight na yedi abra me de aseda bema pious video bansen na wo mi obenwa omo de Bobby Chido madi dwumadi yedi ebre wo Dr. Father Dixon na executive producer na kwasi abodi em supervisor me general manager na ebo Doc Chido omo de bo me yedi dwumadi yedi bro na quickly let me wish this birthday you know question hey asamabo birthday na ya okay we a special happy birthday to Charles Basie Asma we were a Emils Care Academy Kwaso OTA City when you're 10 years today. So Charles Basie Asma, we are wishing you happy birthday from your mom, from the entire family, from your aunties, from Obiami and so we wish you happy birthday. Nakopon shira na oma wonkwa enye tentene ondomo nyansa na bibia enkoyie. Aha na yedi dwumadi no yedi se Nakopon ya ondoma ebesen hia on Torchlight on 100.9. Already shira.
Station in the capital.
Bijawa ma DJ Toxic Obebonyo.
Yanu me bibrime.